Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another banner edition of the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast. My name is Johnny Bottles. To my left is Dr. Don Wayne, the Bronze God. Had a nice week of vacation, frying on the beach like a rotisserie chicken, just spinning around on the beach. You know him, you love him from Twitter, the Twitterverse. He's the neckbeard psychologist. Don, it's been a week filled with hurt feelings.
Dude.
People are up in arms. The villagers are lighting their torches, and they're storming the castles. What do you want to talk about first, Don?
Well, let's get into it. I watched SummerSlam from the beach. Had a good time. Watching the SummerSlam, as Bret Hart would say, watching SummerSlam was fun. I had a good time. Yeah. I was disconnected from the IWC. It felt great.
When you were watching the SummerSlam, were you on the whiskey? Were you on the marijuana?
No, I was not. I was on the boozy.
I'm just saying, it's like the old people say. He's on the dope. That kid's on the dope again.
I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Alt Jake for filling in for me while I was gone. Y'all did a good show, caught up on it. I thought it was a very good performance. I know, look, this wasn't the greatest SummerSlam by any means. No one's going to look back on this in 10 years and be like, that was the greatest SummerSlam ever. But it served its cause. They had 100,000 plus people show up. That's incredible. I don't care I don't care what you say, who you are. 100,000 people showing up at a stadium in the middle of the summer. Outside, no less. Dude, all I can say is I hope they learned their lesson. They move these bitches inside from now on. You know what I mean? Like, that's just crazy to me to be sitting outside in August. That's nuts.
Cooking. I mean, like you cooked on the beach, just cooking out there.
Yes.
But
there were some moments I really enjoyed. Cena, the John Cena Cody Rhodes match, I thought was everything I'd hoped it would be. It was turned into a barn burner, and it got outside the ring. They beat the shit out of each other. But that's not what everybody was going to remember about the SummerSlam. Cody won the title back. John Cena did turn face. I called that one a mile away. You could see it coming. And I don't look, everybody's going to shit on the heel run that he had, right? It's the worst thing ever. Look, man, they tried something. It didn't work out. Shit don't always go over the way you think it's going to go in the end, right? Like on paper, it probably sounded like a really good idea. And then people realize, I don't want to boo John Cena his last year. I just want to enjoy this. So they finally reversed
I don't think that
8 months.
I don't think that was the reason why they reversed the course. I think TKO said, damn, we're not selling any shirts. We're not selling any John Cena shirts, the new ones. We're not selling any of his merch.
I got them.
It came out first. They slowed up. What happened? Who's going to buy the merch of a heel? Traditionally, that guy, because you're the heel of the IWC. You're the heel. You're the Twitter heel.
I do want to thank everybody for joining us today on Sunday. It's a special show. I wanted to talk about a few things. But at the end of it all, Brock Lesnar came out. And this was a shocking moment if you're a wrestling fan. It set everybody on their ear. The crowd went insane. The crowd went banana, as Pat Patterson would say at one point in time. They just lost their shit over this.
Big time.
I thought it was... I never saw it coming. I'd heard rumors and whispers throughout the day through some various contacts that were like, hey, don't be surprised if this might be coming. And I haven't seen this much pearl clutching since I watched the Golden Girls in the 80s. Oh, I swear to God. People, get over yourself. Get over your life. He's not being charged with a crime. He was named in a lawsuit that Vince McMahon is now having to fight. He's not being sued.
He was mentioned 44 times in that lawsuit. How can he's a sex trafficker. How can you get behind a sex trafficker? All these people applauding he's a sex trafficker. What's going on with that, Don Wayne?
That's what they were all saying.
I know.
He never even met the woman. He talked to her on the phone. Maybe through FaceTime. Send me a golden shower video. And that's what she did. And he said, you're a dirty little bitch. And that was the extent of the entire affair.
Thank you, Maddie, very much. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. We're out here, folks. But the thing is, though, Johnny, it's kind of like it's not ending. Like, they won't shut the fuck up about it, man. They won't stop. It's just every day there's some other dork out there living in a basement crying that Brock Lesnar is back. By the way, if everybody was so against him coming back, can I ask you something real quick?
Yes.
Why did they sell out of his shirts overnight when he came back? Within 2 days, all of his merch is sold out. You can't buy a shirt right now.
Because real people, the real fans, the real consumers of the product don't give a shit about the latest soapbox that the IWC wants to stand on. They could care less about any of that. You hear me? You feel me? They don't give a shit about any of the pearl clutching, any of that bullshit. They want compelling television. They want good stories. They want to see a big man throwing people around in the WWE, which is what he does.
Because he's a big man that can throw people around and control it. Those suplexes that other guys are no longer allowed to do, he can do them because he can do them safely because he's got enough ass to chuck you around that ring and put you where he wants you to be.
Yes. He can grab you with his ass and just throw you from one pillar to post with his ass.
I don't think that's what I meant. This is not AEW. Wrong company, pal.
Oh, okay, pal.
But I just saw it. It's been shocking to me to see how many people are crying about this, how many people are bitching and moaning and, oh, you can't bring him back. Folks, he's not being charged with a crime. This woman never even went to HR to complain. She's filing a civil suit. Everybody's like, he can't come back. You can't tell the man he can't earn a living. That's insane to me.
It was investigated, and it's not a criminal case now. It was investigated fully. They got into Vince McMahon's house, not the house that in Connecticut. Not the house he had with Linda. He's got his own penthouse suite somewhere. The FBI came to his house and pulled hard drives and cell phones and everything else out of there, like he was a big time human trafficker. It was proven that he's not. It was a consensual agreement between two adults that were having sex games. They were swingers. This is what swinging was, kids.
As in to swing.
Swinging, yes, to swing. I'm not talking about the John Anderson song either. We were swinging. Not that. Swinging.
Black Larry's got a question for you.
What is yes tied to on the survey? Yes is tied to Karrion Kross. Is it a work or a shoot? Him leaving.
Okay.
The Karrion Kross story.
We're going to talk about
you
that.
You won't see it in the StreamYard interface. I've got it up on the control room for YouTube right now, which I recently discovered that we do have.
Thank you, Larry, very much. But yeah, the pearl clutching's not stopping. It's going on and on. It doesn't make any sense. Yes. I don't get this. Get over yourself. And I didn't watch SmackDown yet, but it's my understanding he was not on SmackDown. Am I correct?
Who's that?
Brock Lesnar. He was not on SmackDown.
He was not on SmackDown. No, he was not on SmackDown. SmackDown was dominated by Cody and Cena versus it was so forgettable. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
I know Logan Paul is John Cena's next opponent, it looks like, over the European tour.
And they're gearing up Drew McIntyre to face Cody Rhodes for that belt.
Which is great. Great. I enjoy that. That's a new challenge. I hope they go somewhere with it. I don't understand.
Rumor has it, I heard today, rumor has it, a big-time heel in that company is going to go face. And a big-time face is turning heel. They didn't say whether it's a man or a woman.
I've been saying Cody for a while.
They're not. Ari Emanuel came out in an interview and said, we're not going to turn Cody Rhodes heel because he makes too much money for his company. Too much money. Hey, Luigi Tron 51 for $10. The amount of people wanting to cancel Lesnar for inappropriate messages is ridiculous. Never met or touched her. She also stated he did nothing illegal. By the way, Don Wayne, give MJF his fake Tanner back.
I assure you, this is no fake Tanner. This is the real deal. I sat out on the beach all week, enjoying brewskis, having some adult beverage. You know what? I didn't stay up past 10 o'clock, but one time this whole time.
Really?
I was in bed a couple times at 9 o'clock. I was just done.
You were cooked from the sun. That'll do it. Lick your finger, rub it across your forehead, see if the tanner comes off. Adam Cole. No, there you go.
Still there.
There you go.
But yeah,
so here's what we got. Here's what we got in the Karrion Kross poll right now. Here's what we got in the Karrion Kross poll right now.
let's finish with Luigi's thought. We'll talk about that in a minute because I do want to talk about that. I promise. We're going to get there. Go ahead and say your poll. Go ahead. It's eating at you. I can tell. It's eating at you.
I'll wait for you. Did you think I froze up?
Oh, you definitely froze, pal.
I didn't freeze, pal. I just sat here
and again,
still as a stone.
Again, the entire thing is over text messages. It's a he said, she said moment. It's what can you prove, not what can you say. And this thing's been going on now for a couple of years, this lawsuit. Like, this isn't something that's just suddenly, we're going into year 2 of this lawsuit, right? Like, that's where it is now.
It's all done in communiques between lawyers. That's all. It's not in a boardroom. It's not in a courtroom. It's not at a conference room anywhere. It's going on in communiques between lawyers, her attorneys, and the high-powered attorneys of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, who I don't think they've ever lost a case.
Well, his lawyer's retired now. His old lawyer's retired. He's not working.
McDivitt is, yes. McDivitt,
yes.
Jerry, the Hatchet McDivitt. Yes. He is retired. He's got some young shiksa representing him right now.
The crying and complaining is just beyond the pale. I can't believe it's still going on right now. Get over yourselves. You can't stop the man from earning a living. Let him do his job. Entertain the shit out of me. Shut up. Go back to your basement. Watch your AEW hop-along show with their gymnastics and shit. I don't care. Give me Brock Lesnar's of the world every time.
Have you seen the latest picture of Vincent Kennedy McMahon? He was being interviewed about his car accident. Yes, with on TMZ. When Homer Simpson grabs Bart Simpson and strangles him, and Bart's head starts to swell up, that's what Vince's head looks like now. He's got the mustache is gone. He's gained weight, or he's got some facial implants, cheek implants. Something's going on with the face, and the hair has a streak of white going through the top, like Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. He looks great. He's all stuffed and ready for the Undertaker. Not that Undertaker, a real-life Undertaker.
The other part about this that got my attention was Cody Rhodes winning the belt back. The crying began again because Cody's the champion again. Folks are selling out stadiums and arenas left and right. If you don't like Cody Rhodes, that's fine. I get it. He's ham and egging the shit out of it because that's what they want to do. If you've watched the Netflix show, they know exactly what they're doing. They're ham and egging the shit out of him. They are making him the most white. He's Ricky Steamboat in this shit right now.
He's going to be he's the new Cena. People don't realize he is the new Cena. The money driver, the guy who's the crowd pleaser. He's good guy Cody. He's the guy who sees after school program of kids watching wrestling videos in their after school program and learning about that. And he says he invites them to WrestleMania. He did that last year. He invited these underprivileged kids. Front row seats to WrestleMania. Who wouldn't want that? He did it. Backstage passes. They met all the wrestlers. They were in catering. They did the whole 9 yards. Good guy, Cody. He does all that shit.
So everybody crying about Cody, I don't understand that either. If he's not your bag, I get it. People think it's hokey. It's supposed to be hokey.
Right.
Holy shit, man.
And when he finally does turn heel,
he'll be the biggest heel.
It will reverberate throughout the wrestling world when he turns heel, because he's going to do it in a big way.
The other part that they wouldn't shut up about.
Yes.
What was the entire point of that John Cena heel turn if he just turned face that easy? It wasn't working. Right. They said, we're not going to keep going down this path. We're going to get the hell out of this. We're going to reverse the course, and we're going to try to fix this. And all it took was one damn promo because Cena's so good, he flipped his entire demeanor around. Then he goes out and has a hell of a match, probably one of the best matches he's had the last 10 years. No, not probably. That was one of the best matches he's had in 10 years.
They talked about it online and message boards and forums and all that. They said, we just can't boo John Cena. He's too good. We can't boo John Cena.
He's been around too long.
Been around too long. John Cena is the Hulk Hogan for 20, 25-year-olds right now. He's the Hulk Hogan. Yes.
By the way, thank you again, Luigi. Your username shows up because of a YouTube connection. That's why.
That's why. We're up to 71% work and 29%. I should have rephrased this a little differently. Let me put a new poll up. Okay. This is how stupid I am, Don. The Karrion Kross story, work or shoot? Yes or no? first time with polls, folks. We're going to end this poll.
I
We
didn't.
started.
Jeff,
What's that?
I'm doing my part. My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff. All right, we're going to do
the
this.
Karrion Cross thing. We'll talk about that for a minute. Apparently, rumor has it, whatever you want to say, is that he's been offered a contract along with his old lady. There is no word on if he signed it or not. There's nothing out there. They've been removed from the actual active wrestling page and have been put on the alumni page or whatever the hell it is. It's no longer active on the WWE. So they're going a long way to either work the shit out of people or he's really gone. And I don't care either way at this point in time, because quite frankly, the best part about his entire shtick right now has been when he's not working on camera for WWE. That's just my opinion. I haven't seen anything great. The match with Sami Zayn, you could have just left it there. I didn't care for it. It was just too much back and forth. I didn't like it at all. I'm not a big Sami Zayn fan sometimes. He's got his moments, I'll agree, but I'd never want to see that guy wear a world title strap. Never.
He's everyone's outraged now because Cross left. They didn't know what they've got. They don't know what they had when they had Cross. How can they carry a Cross like this? No one talked about him a year ago.
No
one talked about him.
He was in that god-awful faction with
Paul Ellering.
Yes.
Yes, and the Authors of Pain, the Final Testament. It was horrible.
Where the hell are those guys at now
horrible.
Anyway?
They all got cut. Those three they all got cut. And the I guess they saved their money. They were trying to get a promotion started a couple of years ago when they first got cut. I don't know if they're going to go back to that or not. Have a promotion start over in England. But those guys could do movie work as big brawny guys in movies and all that stuff if they had good agents. I don't know. Who cares? Ellering's probably wondering what the hell happened. I'm waiting for the phone to ring. That's probably what he's saying.
I'm not an over-the-top Karrion Cross fan.
No.
I think his best work, like I said, is off camera. If he comes back good, if they use him like he's been doing himself, his own promos on these shows, let that come out of the guy. Stop trying to make him fit into this damn round peg when he's obviously square, if that makes any sense. The whole thing was driving me crazy. None of it's made any sense. I didn't like what's going on for the past, several months with his character. He's in a faction. He's out of a faction. He's got a new entrance. They go back to the old entrance. It's like, pick a struggle, man. Pick a lane. What the hell, pal? Dude?
Pick a lane.
What are you looking at so intently right now?
I've got my version of the chat over here. I'm just looking at the poll. That's all.
Okay. Well, we'll check back on it here in a little while. The other part I want to talk about was while I was gone, Hulk Hogan had his funeral. And it was apparently a big damn deal. Like it was. Oh, yeah. Conrad Thompson talked about it on his podcast. And I'm not going to quote him verbatim. But he said before you could get into the parking lot of the funeral, you had to be on the list to get in. You just couldn't show up, like they were checking. He said it was a who's who of the wrestling and entertainment industry that showed up to his funeral. It was wild. And he said he's sitting there looking, and Kevin Nash is like 2 rows ahead of him, and Jeff Jarrett sitting next to him, and somebody else that's famous is behind him. And it hit him. He was like, and this, I'm going to throw this to you and see what you think. He said it hit him. Hulk Hogan was one of the 10 most famous people of his lifetime.
Yes.
Like he was the 10 most famous people of his lifetime.
We've talked about that back in the even the 80s to the 90s. Hulk Hogan was the most famous athlete in the world over baseball, football, basketball. He was the most famous athlete in the world. Through just identification, walking through the airport. You show a picture to a 90-year-old grandmother. Oh, that's Hulk Hogan. Show a picture to a 9-year-old kid. That's Hulk Hogan. Everyone knew him. Everyone knew who he was.
But I don't know if you've heard or not, but there's a big story about Vince McMahon's eulogy that he gave Hulk Hogan.
No,
and they said it was. Yeah, so apparently he gave a eulogy, and this is what I read, and it was brilliant. He absolutely. It was passionate, is what I've heard that word many times. He was passionate in what he said.
Right.
You could tell it really bothered him. I'm still convinced he was in shock when he wrecked that car when he heard that.
I think you're right. The more I thought about it, what you said, I agree. You were correct.
Like that wasn't just a guy that died to him. That was the guy that made him a billionaire. And make no mistake about it, Hulk Hogan made WWE $1 billion company. Don't kid yourself, folks. He did.
We set back. Was it you or another friend of mine? We set back and thought about who would have Vince hitched his wagon to if Hulk Hogan wasn't around. Who would have been the guy?
It would have probably been Dusty Rhodes. That's what I've heard all the time, is that Dusty was going to be the guy. That was the fallback plan. I've heard that numerous times. But then what does that mean for like the AWA or WCW if Hulk Hogan comes on board? Because that changes everything.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Absolutely. And outside of Dusty, who else you got? Flair. He was entrenched with Cry.
Yeah.
And then you got Steamboat. He was a white meat babyface. Savage. Great promo.
Savage was only a mid-carder at the time, right? Like he
Yes.
was a really good mid-card guy.
Right.
He had made it, and people always think Savage showed up and he was instantly a huge overstar. No, he worked himself into that with all of his promos and craziness.
Yes,
he
did.
worked himself into that spot.
Yes,
because if you go back and look at the Macho Man was gassed. I read his autobiography, like I said a couple of weeks ago. It was really good. Well, sorry, it was the biography, not the autobiography, but it was really good. It talked about, the interviewers were about him on the gas and everything else, and how he was always trying to get bigger because it's a big business, brother. You got to get big in this ring. And he always felt small around guys like Hogan and Andre, and he just didn't have the size, and he knew it. So
right.
But the other part about that was
promo skills were great.
Oh God, yeah, he's top 5 all-time promo skills.
Oh yeah,
all time. The other part about the funeral that got my attention was there's 2 stories, right? Vince McMahon gives his eulogy, and then Triple H follows it, and Triple H stepped up to the stand, and everybody was just taken aback by what they heard. And Triple H said, you'd have thought I learned a long time ago, never follow Vince McMahon.
Yep.
I thought that was a pretty good line, man, given the moment. Obviously it added levity to the crowd. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm glad Conrad shared that. It sort of gave you a sneak peek, if you're a wrestling fan, on what it was like. I mean, obviously everybody was crying. So,
oh yeah.
Also, it was a picture that Bam Margera, of all people, took
from Jackass. Yes.
That was at Hogan's funeral. Tell me that doesn't look like the bicep pose.
It does.
Wisping away into the crowd.
Absolutely.
I mean, into the clouds, just wisping away.
Absolutely.
That's crazy, right?
That's insane. Absolutely insane. The way that just came up like that. Maybe Hulk had to go out with a little panache one last time. You know what I mean?
All I'm going to say is, I believe in God. And when I see stuff like that, it's like, okay, that's pretty incredible.
It really is. It really is.
There was a couple other news bits that came out.
Oh, did you?
I didn't watch.
Did you hear about Linda Hogan at the funeral?
I did not.
She went up right up to Sky Hogan, who was Hulk Hogan's widow, and started a bunch of shit with her. You had to make it all about you. You made it all about you, what you wanted. What you wanted. And Sky said, don't flatter yourself. Don't come up here and start stuff just for attention. Don't flatter yourself. You left them a long time ago. Long time ago. It's
20
over.
years or so they've been divorced.
Yes, almost 20 years. It's over. That's what she said. You don't know what we had. Oh, I bet I do. And then she reached into her purse and drank a little shot of the half pint of Fireball and went back to her seat.
That woman is a shrew to the end, man. She's a shrew to the
end. Horrible. And now Brooke Hogan.
I'm not
he's
even
not in the ground yet. He's not in the ground.
I know. I'm not getting into that strumpet.
No. What she's going to do, she wants to pay for an autopsy. I'd offer to pay for the autopsy because we need answers. The guy had health problems. The guy shot himself up with horse semen, steroids for years and years and years. He shot himself up in the ass with all these steroids for years and years and years, and put his spinal column through all sorts of abuse with the leg drop and body slams,
surgeries, all the
flat
time.
back bumps, all of that, being whipped into turnbuckles in the corners. That's just whiplash right there. It's like being in a car accident. Every time you get whipped into a turnbuckle. And
I wish they'd let the man rest in peace, because his ex-friend Bubba the Love Sponge, that piece of shit will not shut up about it.
He's not
still going
up.
on and on.
Still. And Brooke is part of that too, with that side of the whole thing.
I know.
There
was other news. Ashante the Adonis has left the WWE. There's
Denisha Lane with $1.99. How you doing, Denisha? How are my two favorite men doing?
Denisha, welcome. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's nothing else to say. I don't care about it. I don't want to talk about it.
He was wallowing. He was wallowing in NXT. He was a jobber. He was the Barry Horowitz of NXT. Every time you saw the man on screen with a stupid gimmick, you knew he was going to be jobbing in that match. I feel for the guy. He just couldn't get any traction. He had the personality of stucco. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have no idea. You've never seen the man's work before. He was a member of Hit Row, folks. He was the little guy in Hit Row with Swerve and Pop Dollar and B-Fab. The guy could actually work, but his problem is he's vertically challenged. Very, very small guy.
There was some other news this week. Jake Hager, formerly known as Jack Swagger,
yes,
who hasn't been working since 2024, said he is officially retired.
Mm-hmm. Although he did say it'd take a lot of money to come back.
But you know what he's done with himself?
Yes, he owns a trucking company down in Tampa.
He started a trucking company where he's got professional drivers hauling shit all across America. So way to go, Jake Hager. Way to go,
Invested his
buddy.
money well. Yeah, Tony Khan paid for that.
Can you imagine him on the CB with that lisp? That's going to be some interesting articles.
Yes.
I told you to turn right at Albuquerque. I didn't watch AEW this week, but I did see the numbers. 700,000 people watched that. And the other part was that NXT had well over 700,000. What did I miss this week in the world of wrestling? Is it just that there's literally nothing on right now? So people were like, well, I'll watch this shit instead. What the hell,
Don,
dude?
That's not it at all. I'll tell you exactly why AEW did 711,000. And NXT did 744,000. But anyway, we're talking about AEW right now. The story broke from Fightful and got carried throughout the IWC. People were complaining about the fact that MVP has said that he doesn't like Speedball Mike Bailey. He can't stand him. That's the rumor that was going around.
Oh, that's right. Yes. We talked about that. Yes.
The Hurt Business, they're Hoganizing their backstage stature. Yes, they're Hoganizing the drama. That doesn't work for me, brother. He wanted them to drop the tag belts to FTR, and they said, we're not going to do that. They suggested the Gates of Agony, Lance Archer, Brian Cage, but Brian Cage is out hurt right now. I think he's undergone some sort of surgery. And MVP didn't like the choice of opponents for Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Plus, he also complained about the fact that Bobby Lashley was been a heavyweight champion every company he's been in. And you put him over here, and right away he's a tag team champ. So they were instrumental in the excommunication of MJF from the Hurt Syndicate. They didn't want him in the whole thing. So what are you laughing at?
Warrior, I'm going to get back to your question in a minute.
Breakthrough. Over. This is Jacob. Yes. Oh, my God.
Thank you, Maddie. That is hilarious.
Jesus God almighty.
Oh, shit, bud. Oh, God damn. That's good stuff, pal. I don't care who you are.
Pal. It's funny.
Warrior, you guys hear anything about the AEW lawsuit? Yes, I did see that broke while I was gone. Tuesday
Are we jumping into this right now? Are we jumping ahead now?
Well, I mean, we could come back to MVP and the ratings, but man, I had a question. Did you see what it was? He came out and said, I'm not revealing who my partners are or anything else. And they said, okay, we're kicking this shit back to Michigan then. It's not going federal. Bye.
Right. We already thought about that last week. Then I did a little checking, and it seems that Beatnik Investments, LLC, is the company that owns AEW. And the sole proprietor of Beatnik Investments, LLC, is Shahid Khan, also known as Shad Khan, his father. He's the only person that's listed as the owner of Beatnik Investments. Tony Khan is the CEO, the COO, and the chief creative officer for AEW.
Yes. So why would you not, by the way, Denisha, my vacation was glorious. Thank you for asking. Why would you not want to just reveal your sources? And before you answer, I already know, but you go ahead and tell people why they wouldn't want to reveal this shit.
Because if you believe that Shahid Khan is a sole owner of Beatnik Investments, which owns AEW, that would put Tony Khan in a position of being a Nepo baby, where his father owns the company. He's not the real boss.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the boss, but he doesn't. It's not his money.
He's the CEO, money. The COO, the chief operating officer of AEW and creative director.
Thank you, Warrior.
But he is not the owner of AEW. He's not
that's
the
his
owner.
Father's money. But it makes you wonder who else is invested in this. Which, by the way, Dave Meltzer is on his absolute tirade of screaming that the WWE's numbers on Netflix aren't real. I've never seen somebody in this environment not understand that a lot of wrestling fans have said, I'm not watching this shit live anymore.
No.
If I can skip commercials, I'll wait 45 minutes and then stream it. And then I'm only getting, an hour and 45 minutes of what I want to see.
He's trying to convince people that people are streaming it on HBO Max, and more people streaming it on Max than they are on Netflix. HBO Max is responsible for, what did we say it was, 10% of the streaming market?
I think it was 10%. Yeah.
Yes. They're on the bottom of the barrel of the streaming market. Terrible. And with the ratings, because of the whole big MVP drama, people in the know tune into AEW to see what
happened.
If they were going to be on there, 2, to see if they're going to, special announcement that the Hurt Syndicate have been stripped of the tag titles, and we're going to have a tournament because Tony loves tournaments. I can see
do you think that's where this is headed? Do you think that's where this is headed?
I think they're negotiating right now. Trying to talk it over. And any other company where, you go down even to the smallest of businesses, at the 7-Eleven, if you tell somebody, hey, we need more hot dogs on the grill over there, we need more glizzies, throw them on there, Antonio. Man, I'm not going to do that, man. I'm not touching that stuff, man. Hey, the old hooker out back, she threw up all over the men's room. Can you go in there and clean that up? No, I'm not going to do that, man. You're going to have to do it. Oh, okay, no problem. I'll take care of it. I'm the owner. Who does that? Who just concedes like that? Tony Khan does.
Apparently, the word on the street is that, he wanted them to lose the titles to FTR.
Yes.
Real quick after they won it, they were like, nah, that's not
all
happening.
In. At All In. He had that plan.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
It doesn't work for me, brother.
Good for them. I'm glad that they're in there pushing their weight around because, by the way, the most over thing in that company right now is them. They're the most over thing in that company. They're heels and people chant their songs.
There's another thing.
Which also explains why MJF got jettisoned so quickly because they're having a hard breakup right now.
The people who work backstage were all pissed off at the Hurt Syndicate because they work as heels. But they got their own little catchphrases, and when they leave the ring, they're high-fiving the fans, and the fans are going crazy over it.
Yeah, because they're over. Because they're stars. They look like stars. You know why? They've got the look. They've got the look. Yes, that's what they have. They've got the look.
They do have the look.
What in the world could make a bright-eyed Greek eyes turn blue? When everything I've ever done, I do for you. And then go sha-da-da-da-da. They got the look.
Oh.
So I'm looking forward to this. I don't think it's a work. I think there's some shit going down. I do believe we're headed for a heartache. That's where we're headed to. My opinion. Also, I love Drew McIntyre because he will talk shit about his own people and his own company.
Yes.
You hear his latest interview.
Which one? There's been a couple.
He just had an interview where he said 85% of the roster doesn't look like wrestlers anymore. 85% of our roster doesn't look like wrestlers. He said, I've got friends that they're tuning in now and they're tuning out because the people on the show don't look like professional athletes anymore.
Well, he's trolling. He's being a heel. I don't think he means that. You could really apply that to the other company. You really could.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yes, the other company especially. WWE's got the bigger guys. They just do. There's no way around it. They do have the big superstars. But I understand what he's saying, though, too, about the lucha style that's coming into the company. And then you've got the smaller guys that wrestle. He's not wrong in that regard. The Chad Gables of the world, great worker, looks like he's in the 7th grade.
Yes. Shelton Benjamin was an average-sized man in WWE. He wasn't a big guy.
Yes, he was. Yeah, I know.
He was an average-sized guy. And then he goes over to AEW. He looks like a giant compared to some of those guys. It's crazy.
He said the other part about the WWE that's really pissing him off is they're not asking veterans. The young wrestlers aren't asking veterans for advice anymore.
No. Mark K, 7731 with the 10 spot. Guys, Tony Danza knows who the boss of AEW really is. Bottles, no polls for you. Thank you, pal. Don, you're still a neckbeard bully and a WWE shill. Welcome back. He's all those things and more, pal. He's all those things and more.
But I watch that shitty wrestling show. I watch it every Wednesday, but I didn't watch it this past Wednesday. And I'm so glad I didn't. But I did get to see one of the worst spots in history. And thank you again, Mark. That spot with the girls and the chairs. And I don't know if
Sky
you guys
Blue
and gals
is
have
an
seen
attractive
this.
girl, but she sucks. Sky Blue is the worst.
Was she the one that bounced her head off the chair?
Yes.
Or I thought that was Queen Abdullah Abdallah.
No, Abdullah Oblongata was spent over, set up for the Pop Rock spot. You've seen Pop Rocks before.
Yes.
From Roxanne Perez. She's going to do a Pop Rock spot and flip over and bounce Aminata's head off the freaking chair. Aminata probably said, I'm not moving. I'm not going nowhere. Who wants to take that spot on a steel chair? That's ridiculous. So what does Sky Blue do? She slid off, tried to get back up on top of her for the Pop Rocks, and she says, fuck it. And she fell forward and pretended she banged her head on the steel chair. Like an imbecile.
It looked horrible. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish there, but she just literally gave herself a concussion. I think I'm going to slap this thing and make it look like she did something. She didn't do anything.
This girl gets hurt twice a year. A year she gets hurt in these matches. Just in stupid shit. Hikaru Shida jumped on top of her, did like a plancha out over the ropes and landed on the girl. She didn't know how to catch her. Her legs were like crossed when she went down catching Hikaru Shida. She broke her own leg in half, snapped it in half.
I just saw this thing and I just thought to myself, this is the god awful worst thing ever. I'll come back to you, Mark. Luigi says Sky Blue is all cheeks and no brain.
Yes, she is, sir. Luigi, you're exactly correct, sir. Exactly.
I'm not saying she's not, but when I saw that on the highlights, I was like, if that was on this show, I have no words to say about it. And by the way, what's his name? Darby Allin is a utter moron, dude. Like, that guy's brain dead.
He's going to space, don't you know?
I want to go to space next. This clown wants to do everything except what he's getting paid to do. Can I go to Mount Everest? Now I want to go to space. If the son of a bitch wants to get one of those little submarines next, I will pay for his one-way ticket on that son of a bitch.
He went to Mount Everest. He climbed Mount Everest. And how much mainstream press did they get? How much mainstream did they press did they get from climbing Mount Everest?
They didn't.
They didn't get anything. They didn't get shit because nobody knows who Darby Allin is, and no one outside the wrestling bubble knows what AEW is. No one knows. They have no idea. When they had the Naked Gun premiere, the red carpet premiere, did you see that? The pictures? They trotted out Liam Neeson, the star of the Naked Gun. He was standing there with Orange Cassidy and Paul Walter Hauser, who's one of the stars of. And there was someone else, and they're standing there, and Liam Neeson's looking around like, who are these people? He had no idea who they were.
I don't know who these people are. Where's Cody Rhodes? I know that guy.
Where's
hell?
Brock Lesnar?
I did watch Raw, like I said. Oh, what? By the way, can I say this real quick? Thank you again, Mark. We appreciate it, brother. Hope you had a good week. Darby will be the first man in your anus. No, he won't.
Whose anus?
No, he won't. No, he
Not
won't,
mine, pal. Not mine.
Jelly Roll did a show
this
this week.
GG told about it. Jelly Roll
this past week. Yeah,
he did the Cody Rhodes podcast.
Yes, and this is how I know this guy. He's a real wrestling fan. Like, he gets it. The original plan, of course, was they were going to have him go over because he said, no, I don't want that because a celebrity always goes over. I want to be the celebrity that loses because I got no business winning a match with these guys. I got no business out there. This is a fun spot, which, by the way, you can say whatever you want about SummerSlam. That match was fun as shit. I enjoyed every second of that match.
It was
him eating 2 splashes. As he covered up like, please don't hit my balls. Please don't hit my balls. Please don't hit my balls.
That was unbelievable when the announced table from Logan Paul. It was insane that he took that spot, that he did that. But Logan Paul did it like he was laser guided. He just turned perfectly, landed right on top of him the way he should.
I mean, drilled him, dude. Drilled him.
And he also said in that interview with Cody, he says, a lot of these celebrities come in, they get out of their limo, they walk right through gorilla position, walk down the aisle, get into the ring, they do their spiel, their promo, they walk back up the ramp through gorilla position and go right out the back door and get in their car and leave. That's what they do. He says, not me.
Also from that show that I remember, the CM Punk Gunther match, that was about as old school as it got. Just beating the shit out of each other. Gunther, clearly the bigger man, had the advantage for almost the entire thing. The blood spot, I didn't quite. If you're going to bleed. Don't do the fake shit, man. I can't stand the fake shit. That's all I want to say about that.
Yes.
But apparently he's having nose surgery. Something's gone wrong in his septic area. So that's why he's going to be out.
Supposedly. That's from what Meltzer says. Supposedly.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. He's not on TV, and I heard he was going to be taking a break to have some sort of a procedure done. So it makes sense to me.
Well, Meltzer said that. He was having a procedure done. He's the only one who said that. So take that with a grain of salt. He was on the Undertaker's podcast. Undertaker was there with his corpse wife, and Gunther was sitting there. Gunther was sitting there, and he talked about a young girl drove 9 hours to a meet and greet where he was going to be to get an autograph from her idol Gunther, maybe a picture. He said to her, well, it's all well and good that you did that, but I could think of better ways you can spend your time. You're just a waste of time doing stupid, frivolous things like this. Ach du Liebe.
Okay, then.
Yes. Heal. Healing the whole time.
What did you think of Raw this week?
I loved it.
Did you really?
I did like Raw. I didn't like SmackDown, but I like Raw.
I still haven't seen that yet, so I got to catch up on SmackDown. Raw, I thought, was good for one very big reason.
Penta in the hat.
That shit was ludicrous, man. That was ludicrous. The hat, look, I don't know what the hell is going on with the New Day, right? 1 week they're just these evil ass heels that are crushing their friend, and now they're back to being big ass goofballs, right? Like, I don't understand what they're doing.
They're still
but that sombrero that he had on coming down the ring was the goofiest damn thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was like something out of Mortal Kombat. Who's the guy? Raiden, who wears the big hat, the big walk on his head? Yeah, it looked like something like that.
It was utterly ridiculous in every way. Just utterly ridiculous. And then he got it thrown back at him, but he acted like he got shot.
Yes.
So that part, I did get a good chuckle out of that. See, wrestling can have funny parts. I don't know why the New Day is now the class clown again, but whatever.
Because what they were doing before wasn't working. The New Day's not working without Big E, without a big guy as their enforcer. Right. It's just not
otherwise
working.
You just got 2 small dorks.
2 small guys. And I'm not entirely over Penta's bullshit, but he did pop me when he put the hat on and did the little prance and then threw it like a Frisbee.
Yes. And it got through the ropes, which was amazing.
It was amazing, man. The guy's amazing. And Grayson Waller is the new Barry Horowitz for Raw. They moved the Ashton Chevalier with a 5 spot from Canada. Meltzer's procedure is a full brain transplant.
No, that guy's on AEW.
Who's that?
They had to remove his brain.
Shibata.
Never.
Yes. They had to remove his brain. They took it out and put it back in. I guess they blew a little dust off of it and put it back in. Yes, Meltzer does have a definite vacancy of the cranium. He needs a new one.
Something's going on with that guy. He's melting down, man.
He's either, I think he early onset dementia. Who the hell knows?
Something's wrong with the guy, though. He's lost his shit. The other part about Raw that really stuck out to me was LA Knight.
Yes.
LA Knight is getting pushed back to the main stage, and he did a good job. He fumbled a little bit on his promo, but that's going to happen when you're doing all of this like he does and how he presents it. He says a lot in a very short amount of time. Roman Reigns getting his shoes jacked 2 shows in a row is freaking hilarious, dude. They're taking his shoes.
Taking his shoes.
Did you see the after show when he got up? A fan recorded it, and he noticed his shoes were gone again. Did you see that? This is some old school shit. I'm loving what they're doing now as far as taking his shoes. So I thought Raw was good. It was highly entertaining. Of course, Seth Rollins retained. He had a match. Yeah.
It's supposed to be entertaining, not just mindless matches. It's supposed to be entertaining.
There were also 2 humongous announcements this week coming out of WWE. We've been wondering what's going to happen with the network and the PLEs and where that's all going. I and you, I believe, also were under the assumption they were going to be moving to Netflix. That's not the case at all. Netflix is only carrying them internationally for the PLEs. The United States still has PLEs on Peacock until next year, and now it's moving to ESPN, which is a major deal. And I want to know how the hell this is going to work, because you can't have a commercial in the middle of the match. That's not going to work. That's not going to work, dude.
Right. They'll structure that like they do in Peacock. They'll put the commercials in between the matches. That's how they'll do it.
I would hope
they have commercials on Peacock. Yeah, they'll have to do it like that. The way they do it on Peacock.
But I don't understand. It's too much money. They're greedy. TKO's horrible. They're the devil. They're greedy. They're all this money. They want us to spend all our money. I got to spend $50 on AEW pay-per-views every month, and now I'm going to have to buy ESPN, MLNOPQ, DTC. What is it? I don't even know.
It's an app. The ESPN Plus app, or whatever that's called now, is going to be folded up into DTC, ESPN DTC, direct to consumer, which they've got to change the name of that. That's a horrible thing for promotion. DTC.
But here's the other part about this entire thing there, Johnny. If you have ESPN now, if you have like YouTube or you have cable, you're going to get the pay-per-views without the app.
Yes. You type in your information, what your carrier is for your cable, and your zip code. And it takes care of it like that. Although it's my
understanding. No, hold on. It's my understanding, and this is what I read and what I studied up on. It's going to be on regular ass ESPN, not just the app. Regular ass ESPN on your local provider.
But if you have a streaming service like YouTube TV, you'd have to type in your internet provider.
No, because I have ESPN.
I understand.
It's going to be on the regular channel. Are you following me now? It's
right. I'm thinking of the app, the new app.
You're thinking of the app. Yes.
The app. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
If you have ESPN the channel, if you have ESPN the channel, you're going to get the PLEs. Why are people freaking out? They ran once again to IWC. Oh, God. No, if you have it already, you're going to get it. And if you don't have it, oh, well, that shit's on you, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
I've got a VPN.
I have ESPN already.
I've got a VPN. Okay.
So
I did a little experiment the other day. I have a VPN, and I pay like $40 a year. No, $50 a year now. It went up in price for the VPN, which hides your location. You can change your location anywhere in the world. So I changed my location to Canada, and I went on Netflix, and saw what they have under WWE, they've got all the pay-per-views, all the PLEs, all free,
Right.
in perpetuity, going back to the very beginning. Now, they don't have all the Raws, they don't have all the SmackDowns, but they got most of the recent ones all up there. NXT is a regular fixture on there. You can see NXT live. They billboard it as live. SmackDown, live. Raw, live. And all the other ones that were done in the past. They're all on there. They've got all
Mark's
the
got a
specials,
question.
all the content.
So
ESPN on YouTube TV is free.
I've got YouTube TV and it's part of my package. I don't know if it's part of a separate sports package that I added, but I know that I have it. It's like $100 a month. I get all the channels that I want, all the sports packages that I want, and I get the NFL Sunday ticket because, you know, I'm a diehard football fan. So again, I've already got it. I'm not sweating this shit. I have ESPN Plus. It's ass. That app is completely fucking useless.
Bad.
The only reason I even have the app is because it's part of the Disney Plus subscription. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have this. The only reason I even would have it would be for April when they do the Masters every year. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a shit about that app.
Have you heard about what's going away in those bundles for Disney Plus? Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu is now going to be just part of Disney, the Disney app itself.
Yes, it will be. Yes, it's going to be folded into Disney. So that would lead me to believe they're going to structure a package of Disney plus Hulu included, folded in with ESPN DTC.
Because ESPN has been going nuts. They bought the Red Zone, which is a football channel that's part of it. They just got the WWE rights. They are switching up hardcore on what they're presenting now. Because I got news for you. People want more than just your boring ass sports you've been showing.
Right.
And by the way, you stopped covering sports a long time ago. You've gone the way of MTV. You don't actually cover sports anymore. You give us highlight packages and move it on down the line. No one at ESPN has been a real reporter in decades now.
God,
and a long ass time.
MTV was the best, man.
It was.
It was fantastic. VJs, fantastic.
What was his name? Mark, what was the news guy? Mark Porter? What the hell was his name?
Oh, God, I know what you're talking about. It wasn't Mark. It was an old.
Don,
Go ahead.
Don, think you have it wrong. If you have a cable provider with ESPN, you'll get access to the app. The PLE will be on the app. They probably show the PLE afterwards, like to do some UFC event. Luigi, you might be right, but this is what I was explained to me by a lawyer that read the actual thing. He said, from what he understands, it will actually be on ESPN itself. So we'll see. I'm not sure. That's just what I read. That's what he summarized what he had read. If it's on the app, it's on the app. Good. Good for them. But it's my understanding they want to show this on their actual ESPN show because they ain't got shit going on for half of these PLEs those days anyway. It might be on ESPN too. Who the hell knows? We'll see though. If it's on the app, cool. Kurt Loder. That's it. Thank you, Mark.
Kurt Loder, ex Rolling Stone reporter. MTV hired him. Yeah,
so if it is on the app, cool. It's on the app, and I'll have it on my TV. No, Joey didn't. Kurt, no. He just celebrated his birthday.
Kurt Loder?
Yeah.
Was he 102?
No, he's 70-something now. What are you doing?
It's sad.
By the way, when Kurt Loder broke in, when there was breaking news with Kurt Loder on MTV, you knew the shit was never good. It was always going to be something horrible you were about to read or hear or watch. It was always terrible. Kurt Cobain, yes, Larry, the first thing I thought of.
Yes.
When he broke the news that Kurt Cobain was dead from a gunshot wound, self-inflicted, dude, rocked my world.
It rocked the entire music world.
Just wildness. But Luigi, if you're right, man, I apologize. That's just the way it was explained to me, is that it is going to be on actual ESPN channels. So we'll see where it goes from here. I'm looking forward to it. Change of direction. I'll be curious to see how ESPN incorporates some of the camera angle stuff that WWE's been doing during the football season this year. Because I will guarantee you one thing, they're paying attention to it. Because I've seen more drone footage on the baseball games this year than I have my entire life. Right. Drones have been around for a while, and suddenly ESPN has gotten drone happy. They're flying through the crowd like WWE. So I'm looking very, very, very much to this. I really am. I think it's going to be great. The other big news is NXT is staying on Peacock for their PLEs. Apparently, they're working a deal out to have that on there. And there's a rumor out there that TNA PLEs are also going to be streaming on Peacock.
Also a rumor that TNA will be moving to the CW. They're trying to work out a deal right now. TKO is for TNA.
To get them on what? I think it's Thursday nights.
Probably. That's the night they're on now. So put them on Thursday nights on CW. Wrestling's hot again.
Meanwhile, over in AEW land, you've got
a big steaming pile of whatever that is over there.
You got the man-child moving his Saturday show all around the place because he doesn't have a home for it right now because they've told him Saturday's not working, Bubba. You got to do something else with this hot piece of shit.
Right.
Do something else. Find another time slot. And if they keep dicking around with this, they're going to lose it altogether because they haven't found a permanent home now for this show. It used to be Saturday Night Collision. Now that thing's just gone. It's just everywhere now.
It was on last night. It was on last night. I was changing channels. I saw it, and I moved on quickly.
You don't want that shit getting in your TV, pal.
Hell no.
The hell out of it.
Fuck no. It's awful.
By the way, thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification button.
Yes. Helps us out a lot.
But yeah.
YouTube, you know what YouTube's running on now? Likes.
Yeah.
They put the emphasis now on likes for videos, which it just used to be views and all that stuff. The interaction, they're very, very big on interaction.
Yeah, they want you to be interactive now on their channels. They want you to actually click something now to say, hey, I watched this.
Yes.
So please hit the like button. We appreciate it. Bottles, that's all the news I've gotten me today. You got anything else that was hot and bothered? Anything else that pissed you off?
Not at all, Don. Just the IWC, that's all. Crying about everything. Crying about ESPN. Crying about Karrion Kross. Crying about the hurt people. Crying about Barack Lesnar. Absolutely. Who are these people? Who are these people? They're kids. They're kids. We're getting into arguments online with teenagers.
Do you think they're kids or that they're just feckless adults that have nothing going on in their life?
Slurpee machine technicians?
Yeah.
30-year-old Slurpee machine technicians with long, greasy hair?
I had one last night, the Jack Wagon from Iowa State, who will not stop. Just stalks the shit out of me every
I got into it
week.
with him also. Yes.
Get a life, man.
Yes,
get a life.
I said something about his precious Sky Blue, who he probably punches his puppet to every Wednesday.
Ma! Where's my meat sock? That's him. That's him.
That's it. That's how he goes. And Mom yells down the steps.
I don't like that kind of talk.
Oh, my God.
I knew that would pop you. Always a good soprano reference. Olivia Soprano, everybody. She's fantastic.
Oh, boy, you.
That's again, to me, that's the greatest show ever. That's the greatest
Sopranos,
show.
Fantastic.
Sopranos, yes.
The rewatchability of that show is just fantastic.
Oh, God,
you can just go back to the first episode. The first 2-3 episodes were they were finding their footing. And once they finally got rolling, it was fantastic.
It got rolling. The one that got me was the, what the hell was the name of the episode where they went up to upstate New York for the
Pine Barrens.
No. That's
where they had
later.
the Russian. They were chasing the Russian through the.
No. It's when Tony took his daughter to go visit upstate New York for schools, and he saw an informant.
Yes.
I can't remember what the name of that episode was, but that was the one where I was like, okay, it's on now. This dude's whacking people on college tours with his daughter. Are you shitting me right now?
He's outside in the phone booth of the seedy motel, and his daughter's standing in the doorway. Dad, what are you doing? Dad, you gotta give me an address of this son of a bitch.
God, I wish I could remember the name of it. No, the Pine Barrens, though, was probably one of the funniest episodes I've ever seen in my life, with Paulie freezing to death, eating ketchup packets in the van. And Christopher says, you had ketchup packets? Only 2. It's many men out here, Chrissy. He said, this guy killed 14 Czechoslovakians. He was some sort of an interior decorator. The apartment looked like shit.
Toad, I lost my shoe. I lost my shoe. You lost your shoe. and Bobby showed up looking like a cross between Jackie Gleason and Elmer Fudd.
Yes. If you've never seen, by the way, if you go back and watch it, the rewatchability, like you said, is high. I went back and started watching The Wire again. That doesn't have a high rewatchability in it.
No.
It just doesn't. It was great live when it was happening, but all these years later, it doesn't have that same grasp. I can tell you the other show that I watched the shit of was Deadwood. I watched the shit out of Deadwood. Deadwood was my favorite Western show ever.
Al Swearingen.
Yes.
The great Al Swearingen, who went on to mentor John Wick.
Yes.
Same actor. I forgot his name.
By the
God
way,
bless him,
how
the guy's
far
great.
how far has HBO fallen since those days? Because it used to be Sunday night was appointment viewing. You did not miss those shows.
2 shows every Sunday night. Everyone watched. And now they've got nothing. That's because David Zaslav took over from Discovery Networks, and he has no idea how to do original content. Now, I'm not talking about reality shows, which is what he's famous for. Original content, scripted content. That's a better terminology. Scripted content is what HBO was known for back then, with comedy shows and the dramas. And they just
the real
don't have
sports stuff that they did. They did the real sports stuff, which was
There was a show called Real Sports.
Yeah.
It was a trailblazer documentary behind the scenes of sports.
Yes, it was
Yes.
actual reporting. Like, hey, did you know the NFL's dirty as shit? They're doing steroids. Come on,
Yeah.
back. Okay, let me see this.
He's not interested in any of that shit anymore. He's interested in movies, and he put out quite a few stinkers that didn't go anywhere under the Warner Brothers banner. And I just don't know. He's not the best choice. Not the best choice for a studio.
I hope he's on his way out. Which, by the way, let's start off with a wrestling show. We're getting into movies real quick here at the end.
Squared Circle Movies, everybody. Stop by next week.
The M has many movies. Many.
Oh, my.
What the shit?
Oh.
You know what, Johnny?
What's that?
I know one guy that wouldn't put up with that shit.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.